Welcome to the Texas Department of Transportation, Corpus Christi District's pre-recorded virtual public hearing for the US 281 Alice Improvement Project. We appreciate your interest in this project and thank you for your participation. This presentation will discuss the proposed improvements to US 281 from Business 281R north of Alice to Business 281R south of Alice in Jim Wells County, Texas. At the end of the presentation, we will provide you with commenting options for any questions or input you may have. To be included in the official virtual public hearing record, comments must be received on or before Friday, July 15, 2022 at 11:59 p.m. Let's get started. TxDOT is offering this public hearing in an online format and providing an in-person option for individuals who would like to participate in person instead of online. In-person attendees will be able to view the same presentation delivered in the online public hearing, which will be playing on a screen, review hard copies of project materials, ask questions of TxDOT staff, and leave written comments. All project information can be found on the project website at www.txdot.gov, keyword search, US 281 Alice Improvement. This virtual public hearing is being held to present information on the project development process and receive input from the public on the proposed US 281 Alice Improvement Project. You may have attended previous public hearings conducted by TxDOT. However, for the benefit of those who have never attended one, I will explain why and how the department conducts a public hearing. A public hearing has four essential purposes: to describe the project to the public, including known potential project impacts to the human and natural environment, to inform the public of the status of planning efforts on the project and recommendations based on technical analysis performed to date, to provide the public an opportunity to view information and express their ideas and concerns at this stage in the planning process when there is still flexibility to respond to comments and location and design decisions have not been finalized. And finally, to develop a record of public views and participation to accompany recommendations for subsequent decisions. This virtual public hearing is being held in compliance with both federal and state laws. Documentation of this meeting will be included in the project record and be posted to the project website on txdot.gov, keyword search, US 281 Alice Improvement. The US 281 Alice Improvement Project is located west of the city of Alice in Jim Wells County. The project limits begin where US 281 and Business 281R separate on the north side of Alice, and end where US 281 and Business 281R come back together on the south side of Alice. The project is approximately 9 miles long. The primary purpose of the proposed project is to improve safety and mobility by upgrading the roadway to interstate standards as part of the future Interstate Highway I-69 corridor. The roadway was originally constructed as a divided highway and served as a relief route around the city. The first phase of construction was finished in 1997 and included an overpass at SH-44. Additional phases of the project added main lanes south of SH-44 and an overpass at FM 1554. For the current project, no additional right-of-way would be needed. Along with main lanes and frontage roads, new entrance and exit ramps would be constructed, and some existing ramps would be modified to better connect to the new roadway. An overpass would be constructed over County Road 116 and County Road 117, and another overpass would be constructed over County Road 129. By constructing a freeway with main lanes, frontage roads, and exit and entrance ramps, we're controlling access to the freeway and separating high-speed freeway traffic from lower-speed local traffic. This separation reduces the potential for accidents. In addition, in the event accidents or other incidents require closing the main lanes, traffic may be detoured onto the frontage roads. Now let's talk about what the proposed roadway improvements would look like. This slide shows typical section drawings. Typical sections are used to explain generally how a roadway looks today compared to how the roadway would look after construction of the proposed project. Looking at the top figure, the existing typical section for US 281 includes two 12-foot wide lanes in each direction, 10-foot wide outside shoulders and 4-foot wide inside shoulders. The northbound and southbound lanes are separated by wide grassy median, although in some parts of the project there is dense vegetation in the median. The bottom figure shows the proposed typical section. The proposed project would include main lanes and frontage roads. Main lanes would consist of two 12-foot wide lanes in each direction with 10-foot wide outside shoulders and 4-foot wide inside shoulders. The frontage roads would consist of two 12-foot wide lanes in each direction with 10-foot wide outside shoulders and 4-foot wide inside shoulders. Grassy medians would separate northbound and southbound main lanes and separate main lanes from frontage roads. The National Environmental Policy Act, also known as NEPA, requires federal agencies to assess the environmental effects of their proposed actions prior to making decisions. TxDOT carries out the environmental review process for applicable transportation projects under an agreement with the federal government. Under NEPA, a categorical exclusion, or CE, is being prepared for the US 281 Alice Improvement Project. The CE includes an evaluation of potential impacts to the natural and human environment, including but not limited to vegetation, threatened and endangered species, water resources, archaeological and historical resources, hazardous materials, traffic noise, and community impacts and environmental justice, including minority and low-income groups. This public hearing is part of the environmental process. The proposed project would include work within areas of FEMA-designated floodplain and is anticipated to impact potentially jurisdictional waters, including San Diego Creek, Latas Creek, and Resaca de En Medio. Work is anticipated to be authorized under a non-reporting nationwide permit with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. If impacts to jurisdictional waters exceed the thresholds included in the nationwide permit, TxDOT will coordinate with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers to obtain the appropriate permit. Prior to December 16, 2014, the Federal Highway Administration, or FHWA, reviewed and approved documents prepared under the National Environmental Policy Act, known as NEPA. However, on December 16, 2014, the Texas Department of Transportation assumed responsibility from FHWA through a Memorandum of Understanding that allowed TxDOT to review and approve certain assigned NEPA environmental documents. This Memorandum of Understanding between TxDOT and FHWA was updated on December 9, 2019. The review and approval process applies to this project. Notices for this virtual public hearing with in-person option were advertised in the Alice Echo newspaper in English and Spanish and on the TxDOT.gov website under Hearings and Meetings Schedule. The preliminary project layout is available on the project website at www.txdot.gov, keyword search US 281 Alice Improvement. Now let's talk about the schedule for this project. A combination of state and federal funding of approximately $118 million has been identified for construction of the proposed project. The project team began work on the proposed project in 2021. A notice and opportunity to comment was provided to adjacent property owners and local officials in November of 2021. A virtual public hearing with in-person option is currently being held from June 30th until July 15th of 2022, and environmental clearance is anticipated for summer of 2022. The next step in the process is to finalize the design, which is anticipated in early 2023, and construction is anticipated to begin the summer of 2023. Comments will be accepted in several ways. You may fill out an online comment form by visiting www.TxDOT.gov, keyword search US 281 Alice Improvement, or you may also submit a written comment via email to kimberly@txdot.gov, or submit a written comment via USPS mail to the TxDOT Corpus Christi District Office, attention Kimberly Amy, at 1701 South Padre Island Drive, Corpus Christi, Texas 78416. Or members of the public may call area code 833-933-0445 and verbally provide testimony from 4:30 p.m. Thursday, June 30th, 2022 until 11:59 p.m. on Friday, July 15th of 2022. All verbally provided testimony and timely written comments will be considered by TxDOT and must be received or postmarked by Friday, July 15th, 2022 to be part of the official virtual public hearing record. Following this virtual public hearing, TxDOT will provide responses to all comments received. These responses will be available for viewing within the Public Hearing Summary Report on the project website at www.txdot.gov, keyword search US 281 Alice Improvement, or by request. Information regarding the proposed project is on file and available for inspection Monday through Friday between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. at the Corpus Christi District Office at 1701 South Padre Island Drive, Corpus Christi, Texas. For additional project information, visit www.txdot.gov and use keyword search US 281 Alice Improvement. This concludes our presentation. Thank you for taking the time to view this presentation and participate in the virtual public hearing with in-person option. Please remember to submit your comments by July 15th, 2022. Thank you again for participating and have a great day.